Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. This one is an estate sale video.
Yeah, we're really excited to show you this estate sale that we went to over the weekend.
And with that, we just want to address a few things, a few comments that we've noticed we've gotten from past estate sale videos. There's some concerns and things that we would like to maybe clear up or help people understand from our point of view.
Yeah. So Janine and I have been going to estate sales for about 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to quite a few over the past few years.
Yeah, definitely more than I can count. And with each estate sale that we go to, we learn something new from it.
Yeah, estate sales are really interesting. They definitely differ from company to company. So if you guys aren't familiar with estate sales, essentially there's tons of different scenarios that can happen in which a family or even a person decides to, sell off some of their own personal belongings or the family's belongings.
Right.
And an estate sale company comes in and they can either clean out the entire estate, they can just hold an estate sale. We're not in the business,
No.
so we don't know a ton, but it also seems to differ from different companies, different areas of the country. So there's a lot of different factors at play when you go into an estate sale.
Yeah, and a lot of the sales that we like to go to are known as digger sales, where the home is essentially left as if
Untouched.
Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah, so the home is left untouched and you're encouraged to go inside and dig and look for things that are in the darkest parts of the home and uncover things, and it's encouraged to just, as the term was, dig.
And the sale is really at the discretion of the company that comes in. Some companies come in and they clean out the whole home. They lay out everything beautifully, neatly, all priced. But like Janine said, we like to go to sales that are digger sales, and typically nothing is priced. Everything is left where it originally was. And there's no other way to really, find everything unless you do look through some boxes, dressers, closets. It's just the way those types of sales are set up by the company.
And I think when you do have a digger sale, things can come off a bit harsher than is intended or is in person. So when you are digging through a box, or we're digging through the basement contents of the home, it's not as harsh as it may appear on camera. Although we do understand how different people view estate sales, and how regardless of whether it's priced and laid out perfectly or it's dug into, it can be an emotional thing for people to see.
We definitely acknowledge, and the reason why I love estate sales is that this is somebody's home, this is somebody's life. All their belongings are there, all their memories. And the reason why I personally love estate sales is because I get to learn about the person's life and the memories behind those items. And instead of going in and trying to find everything as fast as I can to resell for top dollar, I really appreciate the history and the memories behind them. And to be able to look that this woman had poodles and she never had any kids, and I get to bring some of those poodles home and pass them on to people like us who will remember that woman's memories, and even pass it along to other collectors that we know will treasure those things. Means a lot to me.
Yeah, and I like to feel like you get to relate to that person. We often go to thrift stores and we don't know anything about the person who donated the item, but when you get to walk into the home and feel like maybe you're part of their circle, their inner circle, and learn a bit about them, you can humanize the life and the peace again. And that's something that I guess I really enjoy with estate sales.
I know sometimes it comes across that I'm going fast and rummaging through really harshly. Things do appear harsher on camera, louder on camera. I'm aware of the materials. I'm the one filming primarily in estate sales, just to be clear, usually.
Yeah.
And I know my filming with estate sales, as you guys will see in this video, isn't the best yet because I don't film a ton at estate sales like we do at thrift stores.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's really hard. But yeah, I know it comes across as fast. The materials, as I was saying, I can tell if it's plastic, if it's metal. I've never broken anything at an estate sale. I'm happy to say. I have broken things at thrift stores.
Yeah.
I've had bags slip through my, like, I just drop things.
Yeah.
But I've never broken anything on a estate sale. And I do know that I am going through things pretty fast in some cases. Some sales can be really competitive. We wait online at, like, 7 in the morning when the sale starts at 10 o'clock. So there is a degree of competitiveness. And even though I am going through these boxes fast, I try to be as careful, and I am as careful as possible. And I'm in no way trying to dishonor the home or the estate by doing that.
So I think, like, something that we want to get across with this, like, little conversation we're having with all of you is that we acknowledge, like, everyone's comments, concerns, criticisms, whether they be super nice and supportive, or if they're constructive criticism. We truly take all of that in. Even the negative comments, like,
we read them.
We understand, everyone's point of view. Like, I don't know. I think sometimes it's hard for people to think that, you can read a negative comment and still learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it be, like, mean, like, we'll get a mean comment, it's fine. Like, I still learn from something, something from it at the end of the day. So, we hear you. We understand where everyone's coming from. If you don't enjoy estate sale videos, we appreciate you stopping by on this video, and you can tune into our next one where we probably will be going thrifting. We just want to let you know that you've been heard. We hear you. We appreciate all of your feedback and all of that. And we're going to continue on going to estate sales and learn from everything that we do.
If you guys are skipping this video, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. If you are staying for this estate sale, I just want to give some context and some background for this sale before we dive into the actual footage. So Janine, you didn't go to this estate sale with me.
No,
Why?
I didn't. I didn't feel like going to an estate sale. We've been pretty busy. I don't know how many of you know that we have recently moved. So we've just been very busy over the past few weeks. And the thought of getting up in the cold and going to a sale wasn't really exciting to me.
I couldn't resist. I thought this was a good sale. I haven't been to a sale where I saw this much vintage holiday in a while. It was going to snow that morning. I was going to get up at 5 in the morning. I was going to get there first. And when I woke up at 7 o'clock that morning, I was super discouraged. I was like, I get such anxiety going to estate sales. I get really nervous because the competitiveness. I was like, I don't feel like dealing with that. I'm not going. So I went back to bed. I woke up 2 hours later and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. Because the pressure of being first was off.
Yeah.
So
Sale's already on.
Sale's already on. I got there about half an hour later. I was going to originally wear my GoPro. I was going to go all out. I went in. I was just like, I'm just going to film what I can when I can. And that's what you guys are going to see. So I know that my filming isn't perfect. It's a little choppy. But I will try to voice over and bring you guys along on the journey, show you guys what I found. And at the end, we'll show you what I got. Let's go. All right, guys. So like I said, I arrived at this sale about a half an hour after it had started and immediately started noticing some really good vintage pieces. It was in this, like, finished basement area. But yeah, I started noticing these really amazing Christmas picks. I grabbed them all and I put them right into my bag. I kept looking through the box and started to notice some things from probably like the early 70s, like this Christmas chime. I'm really looking for things that are a bit older, from the 50s and 60s. This little, like, leaf corsage thing stood out to me, but I think it was attached to this bell and I couldn't get it off, so I left that behind. But then I noticed these brooches and I was so excited. These are definitely from the mid-century. They are beautiful, and I put them right into my bag and kept looking. And I was just really excited to have found some things that were really nice, even after the sale had already started. These noisemakers were in the picture for the estate sale listing, and they did look to all be not Halloween, oh boy, I wish, but they were mostly New Year's Eve, birthday, clowns. They were really nice and fantastic condition overall. The graphics were really great, but they don't have that good of a resale value. And I don't collect them myself, and neither does Janine. So I just wanted to take a look at them and, appreciate how amazing and cool they were, especially this one. But I left them behind for somebody else to hopefully collect, maybe resell. At this desk, guys, I noticed these Miller Studio fish. I know what they are, but I did leave them behind. I did not pick them up. I noticed this little baby one had a crack in its tail, and had they been a color other than black, I probably would have picked them up. This family definitely had some children that grew up in the 60s. There were a lot of different crafts and coloring books, which were really cool. A lot of books in general. This children's desk had some things in the drawers. I always, open every drawer, always take a look because you never know what's hiding. I came across this children's coloring book, which is really cute. Has some really nice graphics. These can resell. It really depends on the front cover. People don't buy them to, color in, obviously, so it really depends on that front graphic. I opened up the second drawer and I found, guys, look at this, Santa's crayons. Oh my gosh, so excited to see those. I dug around a little bit more. Some crayons fell out that I put back eventually, but I found those really cool star glittery crafting supplies. Put everything back, closed the drawer, took the things I wanted, and was on my way. And I were saying earlier, we always like to really take a look at everything and dig through these sales. I took a look behind Santa, never know what's hiding behind him, and there was some vintage garland hidden back there, but I left that behind. I have a lot of it. Bambergers, love the box, or the bag rather. There was just some greenery in there, but it made me curious about these other bags over here. But again, more greenery from the 70s, not super collectible, not really what I was after. And what is this? A toothpick? A little pick guy? And it was Mr. Sam himself. So of course that went in the bag. There was some stuff laid out on the couch. I guess the estate sale company laid it out, along with some books that people had already gone through. And I then went upstairs. Wanted to show you guys the spread of the living room. Beautiful furniture. Love that couch. And of course they had a little knick-knack shelf with a little poodle and some little figurines that I almost picked up. Then I made my way into the dining room, and I find a lot of die cuts in dining room drawers. I don't know why. I guess it's a good place to store die cuts, but I kept looking. I was really just interested in that Easter one. And then I did find this little Halloween trick-or-treat bag. This is probably from the 90s. I then made my way over to this chair where I saw the top of a box with Santa that I had to get. I don't know if somebody put these back or the estate sale company put this pile of die cuts here. But I was really excited to see this, guys. Wow, look at that, an old trick-or-treat bag. That was definitely coming with me. I looked through the rest, and I decided I was just going to pick up those two pieces. I came across the china cabinet that had this really kitschy figure in it. Do you guys see it? I had to put the camera down, use both hands to get her out carefully. She's so kitschy. Look at those lashes. I don't know what she is, but then I found her little friend over here, little onion. She was really dusty, but I took her anyway. Going up the stairs, the kitchen didn't have a ton in there. I did check it out, but there really wasn't much. A second pass through this shelf and I saw this poodle. I took a look at some of the bedrooms, not as much there, but everything was in great condition. The family really kept everything in great condition. I found this book, which I thought was so interesting at first. I thought it was a Mr. Softee club book, but I think it's just a book cover. If you guys aren't familiar, Mr. Softee is an ice cream truck company from the Northeast. I don't know if it's across the country, but I thought this was so interesting and really cool. Even if we don't pick things up, it's just amazing to still have them documented on camera through our YouTube channel. That's what I love about it. And of course, little jack-o'-lantern goes right into the bag. Now, this was really cool to see. Her 1946 wedding gown in amazing condition. So cool. And one of the bedrooms was this little cat radio. Now, I really wish I had picked this up, but the way the estate sales work that we primarily go to is nothing is priced. So, you really are taking a bit of a gamble depending on what you grab and how they price things. Usually the bigger the pile, the better the price, but some estate sale companies are pricier than others. And ones like this one are a major score and they give you a great price. Had I known the price that I was going to get, I probably would have picked up some handkerchiefs. If we had an antique booth, I would have picked up everything. We can only take so much. But of course, something like these albums are going to come with me. I was really excited to see these. There were a bunch of different ones in varying conditions. Frosty the Snowman, of course. These can generally sell well if they have good graphics. Again, it's all about the graphics, right? How displayable are these? What are the different themes, whether they're holiday or whether they are birthday themed? And the condition too impacts the value. These were in pretty good condition. I was really excited to see this one, Hansel and Gretel. How cool is that? But I really wished it was in better condition. It just didn't make sense for me to pick it up, but I did grab a small pile of them. By now, I'm back in the same room that I found the Christmas stuff in. I really wish I captured more of the surrounding area so you guys have a sense of where I am at the sale. Definitely something I'm going to work on, but I found this box of books and coloring books, just of different varieties. It's always really fun to look at and see. You know, when I'm looking at books, I'm usually after holiday books, children's books again, or just things that catch my eye or have really cool graphics. In hindsight, I wish I picked up the science book, but again, I didn't know the price. Some companies like to price out every item, and before you know it, you're at $100. Some companies are really good at it with it, but I just found this box really fun. After I filmed this bit, I went through the box a little bit more, looked through some of these bigger books, and made sure I wasn't missing anything too exciting. So I think that wraps up the looking I'm going to do. Inside, I'm going to take a look in the garage. I saw some like magazines. Maybe there's some cards. That's what I'm hoping for, some greeting cards. I don't think I'll find them, but I'm going to check the garage and then gonna head out. So here we are in the garage. How cute, guys. Little children's, like, I guess kitchen cookware playset. Adorable. I came across this bag of books. I got really excited. I thought maybe it was journals or a vintage scrapbook, but they ended up just being someone's, I guess, schoolwork. A lot of notebooks and binders with just schoolwork, so I didn't pick up any of that. But then I came across a box with some vintage holiday. I was surprised that this was in the garage. I don't know why it was, but some of the stuff looked a bit newer. Probably from the 70s and later, like these Halloween plates. These are probably from like the 80s or the 90s. And I did spot a little honeycomb Santa in here. This is older. This is from like the 50s, but it was in poor condition, so I left it behind. But I just love looking through these little bags. You never know what you're gonna find, so you really have to look through everything. And you know, Janine and I are always toying with, should we pick this up to resell? Should we pick this up for our own collection, which is already really big? So it's tough decisions being made here, on top of not knowing how much they're gonna price out everything to be, and how much I'm gonna have to pay. I came across one more Christmas box and I was really excited when I saw this. This is fake snow, vintage snow in a can, and most of this, after I removed the bows, did look a little bit newer. These picks, you know, they're really common. They could be anywhere from the 50s through like the 80s even, when they're typically like wrapped around that like wooden stake. They're used a lot for floral arrangements, so not much value there, but there definitely is in this spray snow, so I took that. And lastly, guys, don't yell at me, but I did not pick up this fireplace. I took a good look. It was bent in places. A mouse of some sort had chewed through parts of it, so I left it behind. All right, guys, we're out of that estate sale. It went really well. I paid $25 for everything, which I think was a score. And even though I went in late, you know, half an hour late, I still dug around and found some really good stuff. All right, guys, here is the haul. Everything that I got for $25. It is quite amazing. This is one of the better estate sales that I've been to in a while. We're gonna go over some of the more exciting pieces. Most of this will be, I don't know. I think I gotta keep a few pieces here, Janine.
I'm kind of eyeing a few myself.
Some of it will definitely be for resale. If you guys are interested, make sure you're following us on Instagram. That's where we announce all of our sales. But I was really excited to see this bottle brush tray.
That is amazing.
It really is. These are definitely harder to find because they have these individual tree branches. There's my reflection right there. The ones with the individual tree branches, I've never found before. This is probably worth, I don't even know. I'm not on eBay as much as I used to be. Maybe like $40, give or take.
Wow.
Yeah, they make really big ones. This one's probably about 10 inches tall. Definitely vintage because of those glass mercury beads and ornaments.
It's a really cute size.
It really is, and those foil leaves are really cool. Definitely a clear indicator that this tree in particular is probably from the 50s or 60s. Actually, I didn't get to film this because a woman put it back.
Wow.
She was shopping, she put it back on the table and walked away, and I was like, I will take it. Don't know why. These vegetables are so cool, guys. This little onion girl, she is so cool. I got Mr. Sam in her little basket, but this was really dirty. I tried my best to clean it up. She's from the 70s and made in Hong Kong. Some people love her, some people not quite their taste.
Super kitsch.
Super kitsch, along with her. And these do have a resale value, a little tricky to sell sometimes, but you know, I don't know. I'm thinking of doing a spring sale with some like spring themed items. She might be in that. What else? I was really excited. I didn't capture this on camera either, but
that's so cool.
It's so cool. Now, I don't know if I told you, Janine, but this was in a plastic bag. He wasn't in the plastic bag, but this paper was. And I thought it would still be really cool to put in a frame.
Absolutely. And
display. It's from 1971. The paper's in pretty decent condition. Look at that, bag o' bones.
I love it. That would look so good up on the wall or with like treat bags around it.
So cool. Speaking of Halloween, Janine, when you first saw this, you were so excited.
So excited.
This is from a bank. I don't know the date. I would suspect this is from the 70s maybe, or the 60s, just based off the graphic. It is made out of paper. It has never been used.
So cool.
It's not faded. So cool. I think this is a keeper. Something like this can resell for like $15, $20-ish. It really depends on the market at the time and the buyer. Other Christmas items that I didn't get to film because it was in the beginning and I needed both my hands to take everything and not break it. I found this really amazing bottle brush wreath that is in fantastic condition.
Super pretty.
I imagine this is what it looked like on the day it was purchased, with the exception of that little tear on the bow, but it's just like brand new. This can sell for like $15 in itself. I was really excited to find this, as well as these brooches. I was so surprised nobody had grabbed these. I love brooches. I collect them. The ones with the mercury beads are more valuable. This can resell for $15 to $25 as well. That's as really this pretty. One. They are really pretty. Little Santas. Gotta love little Santas.
Yeah, especially when they have a cute, adorable face like that.
Now, Janine, I know when I showed you this, you freaked out. I freaked out when I saw this in the desk. I've never seen Santa's crayons before. They are all remarkably in there. Barely used.
Honestly, I think that's the best piece of the of the sale. Like, I think that's the best one that you found.
I have to agree. It's definitely up there. It's really cool. Nothing like I've ever seen before. I've never seen this before. What else? Got a little elf on this little kitschy plastic ball. I found Paula. What is her name? It's like Petula Poodle. I think she's a dream pet or a Daskin. I think she's a dream pet. Brand new in the packaging.
Amazing.
I might have to open her up because we do have a few poodles that she could be friends with. But I was really excited to see her. A really amazing blue burlap tree skirt that looks fantastic. This angel, which is in incredible condition. Usually these wings are folded and bent because they are made of cardboard. I actually thought she was pretty interesting. I was looking at her. And if you look closely, I'm going to see if the light will show it. She's made of mica. Her little body, those sparkles are mica, which is a natural material. It's like a stone that they used to use before glitter was mass produced, which means she is from the 50s, early 60s, which is pretty incredible, and she still works.
She is so pretty.
I picked up this little book, Make Your Own 101 Styrofoam and Trims Decorations. Love those little elves on the front cover. I thought this would be really fun for somebody who is into crafting or just vintage Christmas ephemera. This is great to display on a shelf towards the back. How fun.
Those Mercury ornament picks are like the biggest ones I've ever seen.
I was so surprised to see them still at the sale when I got there. Guys, these are really special because they are on these picks like Janine mentioned, but they have these leaves. I believe they're meant to look like grapes, like bunches of grapes.
Yeah.
But I just think they're gorgeous. These are pretty collectible. The pink has one missing. There's a blue here that has a few missing, but that's not a huge concern because it'll still display beautifully. A lot of the times with things that have these papery aluminum leaves is that these are broken. These are usually the issue. The leaves bend, they crack, they fall off, but they are all on these picks. How amazing are those colors? Some picks, I think you guys saw me look at them in the garage. Those types are more common, whereas these are definitely harder to find, definitely more collectible. Each stem could probably resell for, oh my gosh, I don't know. If you guys know better than me, again, I haven't been on eBay shopping in a while, but my guess would be around the holidays, $15 to $20 each. They're just so amazing. The pink, the gold, I love them. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. This haul was incredible. If you guys have any questions about anything in the haul that I didn't go over specifically, make sure to leave a comment below. Definitely ask us any questions and we'll make sure to answer them. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We hope you had fun. We hope you enjoyed the journey. If you guys are enjoying our content, we would really appreciate a thumbs up on the video and perhaps a subscribe. So until next time, thanks for joining us, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.